All right. Well, uh, let's talk about a few things first for game.
Sure.
I'm gonna take my tribulation today. There's a few things first. One is to consult the cosmic forecaster, the Banjo Man. You always got to do that first before you have your tribulation. Um, Second is having the high grade candy that Midnight Sai gave me after she did the Opportunity Zero. And so we do that. We do that. The third thing is a little interesting, mostly because now when I do my D1000 roll, I don't take it because of eclipsed luck. So I would just go to do it and nothing would happen unless I use one of my luck points. But that's fine. I would use my luck point. I would roll 5d 1000, right? And I would get to choose one of those rolls, right?
Well, you tell me the plan you want. Banjo Man says forecast, not pretty. But those with the willingness to duck and keep their head low rather than walk on with their chins held high might get out of the way of some of the ugliness.
Okay. Okay. Uh is there anything else from the Banjo Man, or is it just keep your head low?
It's rough out there.
Hmm. What does the long range forecast look like? Anything in the future?
Mm, doesn't look too bad in the future. Things calm down a little bit before it picks up even worse. So there's a lull coming in.
All right.
So oftentimes storms produce their own trials for those willing to engage the storms, but if you're not ready, best not.
I mean, I'm ready. But it's just, when does the lull start? Because I have 2 weeks in a month. So what's my timeline like? Is that like the next year there's a lull, or is it like tomorrow? When's the Because yeah, I can go about doing this. I just have to be prepared, and I am prepared, and I'm ready to complete my Dow goal. I don't have very much time left to do it.
Yeah. Shenanigans are using the plate.
I would like to use the plate as
Okay.
Used my Once Upon a Time on it, but having one that's really stormy really sucks, I guess. But
How long have you had the Once Upon a Time on it?
I mean, it's since we the Once Upon a Time was to build the Tribulation plate, right?
You've already done it. Once
Yeah,
you've done it, it goes away.
exactly. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
I would like to use the Tribulation plate since I used Once Upon a Time to get it in the first place.
Sure.
And I'm the only one that hasn't been able to use it yet.
Yes, and
Yeah. But yeah, like my question again. The lull that's coming. Is there when is the lull going to happen, or is it not within my time frame?
you gotta feel it. You gotta vibe it.
Kind
That's
of
just
vibe.
what the Benjamin feels. That there's gonna be
Gotcha.
a brief pause and celestial, turbulence before a bigger squall.
Okay. I might be able to ride into the lesser turbulence though.
Up to you.
Yeah. Okay. So I take the candy that Midnight's Eye gave me. She told me to have it when I was going to do a tribulation.
Mhm.
So I will take the high grade um, cultivation candy. I guess that's what we called it, and gulp that down and meditate for my influence. And then, whenever that's ready to go, I will I will use a luck point and be able to actually do my tribulation.
You have what the plate does pulled up.
Oh, I can grab it right quick.
Might want to. Gives you some stuff. You know, let's put on some music stuff. Something new. Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to grab that. I do believe I can find it right in here. If I go to Drive, and then we go to Riveth Swake 2, Tribulat. We first made it in session 78, and we received it on session 81.
Hopefully you found it.
Well, I have when Chung Po did his. Um, and I will put this now in Tribulations because this is where it should be in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So it has resource duplication and reroll. So the plate allows the user to either get another chance to roll for a resource or produce a second copy of the resource they would have gained when, for example, doing the end Gestalt roll you had Lyron do. User can mulch one resource into a plausible resource, such as converting a sword enlightenment to a shadow enlightenment, though this can be only done once per use of the plate. Resource capture allows users to catch massive cosmic outbursts or resources. Plate scarring, catching massive outbursts will scar the plate, meaning it will eventually require repairs. And cosmic invitations. The plate sends an invitation to cosmic entities to appear for the tribulation, though its bank is not significant enough to force them to show up. So I need to actually ask what the well, I guess I didn't really need to look too hard. Which is pretty much the same thing. So yep, growth there. Transformation, convert an insight and enlightenment you own into one single other type. The protection, which is what I was looking for, grants 1 temp health state and 2.5 armor during tribulation. Bonds memory of visitations. Harmony can shift values up or down. The D1000 roll to a 60, and then you get 6 rerolls per tribulation.
It's pretty useful.
Yeah. Okay, so I will spend one of my luck points. 38. I will spend downtime actions doing my influence rolls to get my influence up to 200. Because my current influence is at 100 on the dot. So it's degrees of success. But I'm taking this this candy.
Sure.
Does the candy just boost my influence to 200 here in a sense, or is it something more for the tribulation?
No, something more for the tribulation.
Okay, I will spend my downtime actions, and this will maybe help for the getting closer to the lull. So go into a storm and then experience the lull at the ends. So let's just do some influence rolls for the day. and it's degrees of success, which give you the extra influence. It's been a hot minute since we've done that.
Yeah, nothing too big.
Yeah. First thing I'll do though for the day is eat a sandwich. Give me 50 degrees on my influence next roll. And I'll do an even further beyond. So 40 plus 50 is going to give me 190 there. And then the second roll is 200. All right. I sit down, I meditate, I take out a sandwich, and then gulp that down. And in doing so, after I eat my sandwich, I take the time to cultivate, bring it inside, and then the first one doesn't hit it. Do it again. Another half an hour passes, and I hit 200 influence. Okay, I am going to roll /R 5D 1000. Okay. I've been trying to think of what number I should go with for myself. All of them have lots of cool options, I'm sure. So my choices are I'm thinking either 369 or I'm thinking of 222. Or I could pick 500. 500 might be another speed-based tribulation. Daytona 500, for example. 222 is a number I had when I did. We were on the ship in the Sargosis raid, and 222 led me into a special area. So it has some meaning to Lar. 369 is a great ascending number. It's also the number sequence that Lar rolled when he was speaking to his goddess on the 1D million, and I got 3695. So 369 might be a very good number. Yeah, It's either 222 or 369, I think, were my golds. I could choose to go under here, but that would require a fate point roll, which is, doable. But I've also learned that accepting fate the way it is might be a better choice. I would really like to get a negative number. I think that would be so fun. But I think it would be super hard. Something I wasn't fated for. Uh, let's do the first one. 369. Oh, the rain's coming down now. Gotta make sure Allie got her cushions, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I currently have 16 fate points available. Let's put our numbers the way they should. So I think I have one more. 29. 15 plus 13 is 8. So yeah, it should be 14. 14. And then that should be 24. 28, sorry. If only tumbleweeds were good for me.
All right, well, you're ready.
Yep. Just gonna make sure my numbers here are right. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 is 15, plus 10 is 25, plus 6 is 29. All right, so that's good there.
What are these fine D1000s for?
It's my tribulation roll.
So your visitation?
Yes, I use the luck point because otherwise I wouldn't be able to use my tribulation.
What'd you pick?
So I'm choosing 369. It is the number of the D1 million I rolled when I was praying to Fate Bonds, and it stuck with me for a while. So I I will go 369 as my number. I would like to try something lower, but I'm also having this as a bond. So
If that's what you want.
I mean, I don't know what I want, honestly. I could use
Mm.
my fate powers here with my fate tribulation key to divine better options for myself. But sometimes you just gotta go with what feels right. So
So
369, yeah. Adding on my
mm,
my shift, my harmony shift to create that number. It's only like what 20, 21.
okay. D6, please.
All right, D6 slash R1D6 shall give me a. Honestly, it feels like a 4. Oh, it's a 5. All right.
Okay. Let's see which feature you rolled. All right, my friend. This is the feature. Deep slumber. The cosmic entity that visits you is undergoing a deep slumber and is yet to wake. This does not visit you out of intent or will, but accident, as it was summoned here for your cultivation.
Interesting. Cool. Interesting. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
One moment.
It's gonna be hard for the lesson, I'm sure, but maybe I'll find something in the dream. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Roll me a d20, please.
Oh, my favorite. An 11. I have an idea what this is for. Um,
Phenomenon.
yeah, I think 20 was.
Armor. Gravity sling. You're affected by an entirely different influence of gravity that rips you away and sends you on a careening journey. Be lost to the cosmos forever unless you can break free of the gravity influencing. The gravity is considered graviton 100. Each time you are affected by this phenomena, increase the graviton rating by double.
Hmm. And I can
Of
roll a fate point, for example, to try for a different roll here, right?
course.
Yeah. I don't think gravity sling's too hard of an issue. If I look at my characteristics here and I
Maybe.
look at strength, um, so it's not strength, it's toughness, isn't it? Uh, nope, that's not it either. Strength can give you graviton. It does not help you against graviton. Um, but I mean, I also want. Okay. I will definitely use a a fate point here. Question: there shouldn't be any bad thing happening. Like, for example, you're not going to let me not use a fate point because my key is a fate and tribulation, right?
You can use a fate point. You're
Okay.
just going to roll to get what you get. There's no roll better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I figured.
Sure.
The 20, uh, and bam,
Different
14.
number.
All right, my temp fate point is used for the session.
Clocks forward inexorably. Time dilates on your position by 1,000 years. You age this much.
Um, that's terrible. I mean, it's not too bad for the Sava, but it's also terrible for my golden age stuff,
Yep. Golden years.
golden years. So we question: does using a temp fate point on a roll um, is that the same as using a normal fate point? I've never had to use this
Correct.
situation. Okay, it is the
It's
same.
still considered a fate point.
Yeah, it's just temp within its
Yeah.
category. All right. Well, I will use Twin Fate here and roll again because I cannot do that myself. And I am down to 9. I am going to re-roll and 20. I don't know if you want to remove the message. All right, perfect. Let's see if we get something different. 10. Interesting.
Flare. The atmosphere in your area thins to nothing, if not already, and you're exposed to a powerful solar flare that only seems to hit just you. You're lit on fire and take 1d6 turns of being on fire that does 1 health state of damage each turn. This is considered not a mundane fire.
Great options so far. Um, So this is not considered a mundane fire. Honestly, this seems like one of the best options for growth for my name flame. Um, oh, lights are flickering. This should be interesting. Um,
Delta, knock it off.
well, hopefully it doesn't knock off the power.
Yeah, Delta, stop what it's doing. It's being inconsiderate.
I obviously would rather use a reroll here, but I'm not. I'm actually going to take the solar flare. Oh, flickered again. Yeah, I will. I will take the solar flare and have it temper my name flame. That seems like the answer here.
Take this one.
Yes, I will take this one.
Roll me a d4 for blessings.
/R 1d4 3.
Blessing of fancy. You've taken fancy of something within the cosmic entity. If you survive, you're significantly more likely to acquire it. 10% to Gestalt roll to acquire.
Fun. Awesome.
Cool. We have what we need.
Okay.
We've done
Deep slumber.
visitation or feature phenomenon, blessing of visitation. Cool. Okay. And we'll handle it as we go.
Okie dokie.
First things first. Solar flare touches your booty.
Mm-hmm. So, first question: how does my name flame do against this fire?
Not too great.
Okay,
The difference between a earthly fire and a cosmic fire are like night and day.
gotcha.
Behaviors are different. So the earthly fire is used to feeding on earthly materials,
Mhm.
and it's more akin to the one that you have, a hearth flame. It's one that endures against the element,
Right.
the elements plural, and other features. It's the flame that keeps burning, but it's never a flame that burns you. Cosmic flames and fires are significantly more vicious and merciless. They don't really have an option of hearth and comfort because there's no such thing. Not to
Okay.
stars. So it's a matchup difference. This is
Okay.
a brutal and merciless flame that'll be
Can
hitting. Hmm?
can my fire gain something from this or no?
Hmm.
Does the solar flare also come from the tribulation itself, or is it from
No, it's just a phenomenon.
just phenomenon?
Oftentimes, phenomenons can pair or not pair with the visitation.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
the issue being, the flame is it's a bad matchup for your fire.
Okay.
The second part is I can't answer if you can get anything out of the fire because it all comes down to what you as a player can pull off.
Right.
As is,
I already have an answer for it. I was more curious to see.
I'm gonna say as is, no. If you like sit there and do nothing,
your fire will just take damage, not
Yep.
protect you as well as you hope,
Yep.
and you gain nothing out of it.
Right.
That's where player interference comes in.
Yeah. This is a great time to do something with my my go piece. Because the this solar flare is definitely yin side.
I think you might get that back up.
Yang side. Sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
I already have a lot of yin in it already. Is what I wanted to say. So having this be able to give it the big suck, and what's left over, I can kind of use it in tangent with my fire plus the flare, to have the fire, burn off some of that, and then kind of do have the suck, and then have the fire, protect me for resistance, but take in all any rest that might flow over.
Pretty ambitious. Also, you're wanting your yin piece to absorb yang element.
It's a yin and yang go piece.
But what type of yin do you have in there?
What type of yin do I have in there? So there is like the dark star yin. I mean, we had it in there once upon a time. Let's take a gander. So the blueprint for the piece was name fire plus pure energy equals pure named fire. Pure named fire plus phantom star equals yin and yang star. Electricity asterisk plus congratulated. Oh, I can't spell. I can't
Coagulated?
pronounce. Congratulate.
Coagulated?
It's a J. You think, coagulated lightning equals power asterisk. Misty plus hyperdense equals hyperdense object with misty outside, aka Hodomo. Hodomo plus power equals Podomo. Podomo plus yin and yang star equals super late game energy, aka SLGE. And then I had the minor in there. So it's you've had after that, the current imbalance of yin to yang is about 10,000 yin to 1 yang.
Well, now you can absorb it through that then, if it's designed enough in that way. You can have a 9,999 to 1.
Okay.
Yin to yang.
Gotcha.
Or you can have a different option. I heard Allie in the background. Hello, Allie.
Allie's mad. You
Why
mad
is she
because
yelling
it's
mad?
now raining and you can't smoke? Is that the reason?
You can always have a soda or an edible.
She wanted to have a smoke though.
But go
Now
smoke
it's
in the
raining.
rain. Get an umbrella, smoke in the rain.
Matt says umbrella, but I'm sure that's not.
Sunshine.
You heard it
That's
here
the
first.
other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then.
Okay. Or your other option.
Yep. Or your go piece just helps you fight off the heat, and your named flame gets a notable piece. So either you improve the go piece,
Yeah.
or you improve the named flame.
Okay. I'm going to choose the name flame here, and using the yin as the counterbalance the yang that's coming at me, to help reduce it them that way. Do you want me to roll d6 turns?
No, you're just absorbing it.
Okay.
So the go piece goes back to being 10,001 because all it did was absorb it, but it didn't get the whole piece. And the tenacious flame can be the audacious tenacious flame because solar flares are rather audacious and aggressive.
So do I have that in cultivation? I'm pretty sure I do. So it's the ever-burning tenacious flame currently, and you're saying it's the ever-burning
Audacious tenacious flame.
audacious tenacious flame.
Cool. And the visitation.
Okay.
Well,
So,
you get. So
what am I looking at here when I come out about?
well, I'm gonna follow your plans for fate because you also are a very fate-based character, but you
Mhm.
may not like it.
Right.
So honor the number. You rolled a pretty fantastic number on a big die roll, and then you were able to reproduce the number almost immediately after in cultivation during your first visitation on the fancy plate, right?
Correct.
So this particular place will now, unless you engineer it otherwise, will replace all other visitations.
So it would override my mirror and my Dantian strip?
No, those. Have you used the plate?
I haven't used the plate yet, no.
Okay. Because remember, the plate does recall.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna. This locale is gonna recall itself each time,
Right.
and it's going to
Oh, you were
try
just
and.
saying overwrite if there was any already in the plate for myself. That's what you were saying.
Well, it's going to want to visit each time.
Right.
In fact, it's going to override any other option.
Okay.
And you're not
Going
going to
forward.
get a recall because it's just going to do the same thing.
Okay.
It's going to do something different with the recall.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I might not like this. But I don't know
know what it
until
is yet.
what it is exactly. I don't even
Right.
know what I'm getting into.
So it's a martial world.
Okay.
We're talking as in the entire planet is more
Mhm.
akin to Hive City, but everything is flavored towards more cosmic-based technology. So
Gotcha.
more sci-fi, less on the technology side. It's definitely a old martial planet aligned with a faction,
Okay.
but it's a ruined and desiccated place. Been left to its fate without its caretakers. There are no bodies in the streets. There is no food sitting on tables. Just a mess. Planet's been deserted for a while, and it slumbers. You get a very
Okay.
brief moment where you get to see just the scope of the place. It
Right.
is actually endless, it feels. But I suppose that is, it'll feel that way considering that you're just a person looking at a, let's call it a smaller size planet, something closer to Venus in size. If you
Mhm.
were to consider the atmosphere also as part of the size of the planet. So about say half the size of Earth, but the whole place is covered in either buildings or the geographical features. If you know the ones that were there. So if it had a river, it's now frozen. But you can still see specific geographical features. When you arrive on the planet, you arrive in a courtyard, very large one, subdued off the main road that you saw on your way in. You got high walls, no plants, just mess. The atmosphere is thin here. Hard to breathe.
That's okay. Got a spacesuit.
Yeah, nice. Gravity's pretty low. The items that do move around often do so kind of floating, or in certain cases, they just kind of drift. You are not exactly sure where you are, but the planet has visited you by your will, not its. But yet it slumbers. You're in the courtyard. Unlike other visitations, which you just need to endure the timer,
Mhm.
you have until the timer goes out to do something. Otherwise, you're ejected.
Shit. Okay.
You have 10 years to do anything. Anything that makes this place remember you. What makes this really bad is if you fail to make it remember you, especially in the first part. Phone call, fuck.
Yeah, you can swap here. Answer the phone call. I'm thinking.
Oh no. Damn it. Probably not for the rest. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. But no, it's okay. We can chat for 5 minutes. Like, I just wanted to continue the conversation with you yesterday. I tried to give you a call earlier. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys on a golf course. I didn't even see it. Shit, that sounds great though. How'd you hit? I hope my headset's good too, because I went to answer the phone, pull up my headset, and I just threw my headset instead.
Well, I think your headset's okay so far. We shall see.
Yeah.
So, Matt, this is interesting. 10 years is good. I
Mhm.
was actually, um, I had a plan in mind,
Mhm.
and it was to do my key set while in the tribulation, because my key is fate and tribulation. Um, 10 years is definitely enough time to complete the set. Um, the downside is that maybe this doesn't help remember, but it might be one way to start. Um,
Well,
but-
as a note, if you fail to get it to remember you here,
yeah, you're
and there
trying
are
to say that
very,
before. Yeah,
very specific things that need to be done for it to do it.
right.
Basically, it's going to be blocking out your visitations for the rest of cultivation, which means you automatically pass the visitation and receive the rewards so long as you endure the phenomenon. But you don't get any visitation connections. You don't get to try
Yes,
and
leverage that. Yeah,
yeah. Basically, if it doesn't remember you, every time you do cultivation on the mountain, it comes back, takes the slot of another celestial object, and then denies you, and then runs away.
yeah, yeah.
So
Pros and
high risk, high
cons.
reward,
Yeah,
because it'll visit you every tier of mountain climbing,
yeah.
and it does something special with the the cultivation plate remembrance, the recall.
Yes.
Cool. So proceed.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay. There's a few things that I'll need to start doing. One is I have things that have been taken from me. For example, I have my my sword, correct? The one that the maestro took.
The one that Maestro took?
Yeah, at the very beginning of Act Two. My wooden sword.
You do not. If he has it, you don't have it here.
Okay, it was only the sealed artifacts then, sealed things that we got back.
Yeah, things with a seal on it.
Okay. Shit. I thought that was gonna happen. Okay. That's fine. You know what? Mistakes were made. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of prep for myself. I am going to use one of my narrative points on aspect of the orrery.
Mhm.
Mines or station. Bonus. Giving myself extra rolls per day, and access to the prayer mat. So that will give me some extra bonuses to work with. I'm then going to do an aspect of the orrery. I'm going to use a destiny fragment with aspect of the orrery, and I'm going to do spirit for a cosmic buff from duality. With a +1 of my narrative points to make that a total of 6. Thanks, Allegro. All right, start subtracting. So I used 2 fate points so far, and I'm using 1 destiny fragment so far. My narrative pool has gone down to 16. I'm going to roll 2d10 for the fate points. I am not going to get the station bonus on these because I used them before I used my narrative points. I get 1 back though, so that's nice. And I'm going to use one of my Destiny Fragment ones. I did use Station Bonus, and I get that one back.
Cool. So, how many narrative points are in play?
For the Cosmic buff from Duality, there is 6 narrative points in play. And there is 1 narrative point on Aspect of the Ori Mind for the Station bonus. So 7 total narrative points in play so far.
Okay. Can you stack it up to 7? Or 6 is your
Different
highest?
aspects. Different aspects. 6 is the highest that you've allowed me to go through. I don't
Okay.
believe I can. Could I have might adapt? Am I allowed to select my narrative? My
Unfortunately,
narrative?
no.
No. This is more of a in-game kind of thing you would get from that anyway. Yeah, that's what I figured. I just wanted to double check. But yeah, they're separate things too. So Aspect of the Ori for Mind was only 1 for Station bonus, and then Aspect of the Ori Spirit was total of 6 used. And I'm getting a cosmic buff from my from Duality here.
Okay. So is going to give you 1 simple bonus. They're going
Okay.
to put that clock, that 10-year clock,
Yeah.
on your forearm.
Gotcha. So
Whenever
I
you
know.
want to use your interface, it moves up above it. But Duality is emphasizing the clock.
Tick tock, tick tock. Gotcha.
It also gives you an incredible, not command, but an incredible urge to be in a specific place here.
Okay. Not literally in the courtyard, but it's somewhere's in the on this planet I'm on.
Yes, and
Gotcha.
it is a heavy urgency.
Okay.
So the buff that you can get from them, since I used 2 of the 6 that you spent for them, you can either undo the immediate last action up to 4 times or get a clue 4 times.
Undo an action or a
No,
clue?
hey, I go and touch this thing. Bad thing happens. I'm going to spend a point to not have done that.
Gotcha.
But they also count as clues. So if you spend one of them as hey, I need a clue from Duality,
Right.
uses the same pool.
Okay.
So you got 4.
So pretty much 2 narrative points went toward the clock, and or in the clock plus the urge, TikTok, and then the rest 4 went to undo or clue. Okay. Cool.
Yes. So you got somewhere to be.
Okay. My first instinct is to map the city in a sense. I'm going to spend 1 narrative point on Aspect of the Ori Mind, not for station bonus, but for a utility feature of the Ori itself, which is the map that the Ori has.
You're not to generate a map by scanning this object. This
Uh,
this planet cannot be assessed either.
This planet cannot be assessed. Interesting. That's cool. I was not planning that at all. I was more looking for location data so I can utilize that for myself, going through this giant maze of
Mhm.
a planet. That's what I was going for here.
You have to hand map it.
Have to hand map it, eh?
Mhm.
Okay. Can't use the order there. Cool. Um,
As a note, every
okay.
time you look at the timer,
Yeah.
it's as if you've time traveled. You are losing time like you would not believe.
I am moving though, right? I'm going towards something. Like I'm not just like standing still
You
as
haven't
I'm
told me where you're going. You
okay.
said you are
I've
doing some
just
stuff, but not one part did you say, I'm moving out. I'm leaving the courtyard. I'm trying to follow the urge. Just
yeah,
standing there burns time.
gotcha.
Squat.
I didn't. There's sunshine. The rainstorm has stopped, and
Good.
there's sunshine happening. So Allie
Hmm.
can now maybe go have a smoke. Okay.
Sounds great.
I didn't. Um. So hand map. I can hopefully do a little bit of my head for having my intelligence reinforcement 10. But
It's pretty good.
I
But how high is the intelligence score?
uh 250.
That's a very good number.
Yeah.
You have a pretty
Um.
solid freaking memory, yeah.
Yeah. So uh when I notice the time happening here, Lar bursts into a sprint using his full movement capabilities,
Okay.
using freedom to grant even more movement speed bonuses.
Hmm.
So I'm going to focus on the feeling I have,
Hmm.
and I'm going to use my I'm going to spend a fatigue and use Fate and Tribulation aura, and have that around myself as I'm moving to better orientate myself. Um,
Makes you more confused. It's like a spinning compass using those energies. You're where the tribulation is. You're in the tribulation right now.
right.
They're not going to guide you where you need to go. They
Okay. Okay.
spin like a compass with that can't figure out which way's north.
Okay.
But they can be protective. They're very destructive, those energies. So
Yeah. Uh, I don't use it as a compass. Like you said, I just have it up for mm, not like sword energy, but just have to have it be there. Pretty sure. I mean, you've had it do it. Let's look for. It's a good point to. I'm just looking at my character sheet. If that's losing time, I understand.
mhm.
So yeah. So gain an unmitigated fatigue after each use. But I'm just having it running. Do you want to apply a negative there that it over time it will do stuff, or can I just have it running?
Which thing I have running that
Of
cost you?
my Fate and Tribulation aura. I'm just wondering if having that running to for protection is going to fatigue me to death, because otherwise I won't use it.
Mm, something's not right. It will fatigue you to death in its current state. You
Right.
feel panicked, anxious. Um, just watching that clock run like a motherfucker
Right.
is disturbing you, like greatly. Um, 10 years at this rate, be a week.
Gotcha.
But something
Um,
doesn't feel right. Some, and it specifically has to do, you don't feel right.
Okay. I don't feel right.
Could be the panic, could be the anxiety, could be the profound urgency that you are imbued with. It could be the distress caused by the spinning clock, a whole bunch of other things, but you feel wrong.
Okay. Um, I am going to, while I'm running, I'm going to, instead of be anxious and have all these negative feelings affect me, I am going to cut those away and be in my enjoyment, passion state for what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm running. I'm enjoying the thrill, and I am, working my way into the spire, this endless city that is mine to enjoy.
Streets blur, they look the same. You feel like you're getting nowhere, and the time keeps spinning.
Gotcha.
Joy and this danger, and this sense of thrill slowly turn back to dread. That something's not right, specifically with you. And if you ignore it, it makes it worse.
I just didn't want to hear you munch. I mean, you hear me munch. Something's wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting the clock.
Yes.
I would like to use my sword energy and place it around me.
Okay. No
I'm
problem.
wondering if some temporal type of thing is affecting my body. So I'm going to try and um, see if that stops it. It's like I'm being taken into the world. Um, it's like it has a hold on me. I'm going to see if so does using um, my sword body, does that slow it down in a sense, or is it still affecting me?
Spinning faster now.
Spin faster. Okay, I stop that.
Okay. Spin slower.
My my fate and tribulation aura. It's still up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did I notice the speed change at all? Like go faster when I activated that?
A little bit.
Okay, okay. Um, and me running. Okay. Uh, I have an idea that there is some sort of Tao affecting my person. Um, I'd like to put my Tao out there through my Fate and Tribulation aura, the same thing we did for the second opportunity. And I'm going to make a Tao declaration that it's like there's time affecting me, but it's almost like I will state this city fails to hold itself on me.
Why don't you say that all
In
in
a
one
better
go
way.
for me?
Okay. This city fails to hold its grasp on me.
Okay. Did you declare it?
I
It
did,
rings
yeah.
empty. Yeah. Did you declare it? It rings empty.
Okay.
Best way to describe it, something's not right. It never had a grasp on you anyways.
Yeah.
Slumbering. But that gives you a little bit of process of elimination. The city has not even touched you yet, let alone this planet. Doesn't even know you're here.
It's true. It is slumbering.
So something else is affecting you. It's not your tribulation, because your energy would have detected it. You'd have gotten some information that you can utilize
Yeah.
and even exploit. But it's not that either. So if it's not this city and it's not the tribulation itself,
It's not the city, if it's not the tribulation itself, it's me. I'm the one
yes,
that's causing the issue.
correct.
Um, what happens when I slow my breathing? Slow my energy control. I force myself to be slower.
Clock slows down, but not by a lot, just small shift.
And when I stop completely, instead of running, I just be still.
Still spins like a motherfucker.
Still spins like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's booking it.
My key is currently moving through my body quite quickly.
Yeah.
Can I try and slow that process down?
Eh, a certain speed. You have speed down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Needs to maintain speed. You really haven't
Okay.
done much with it to
Yeah.
figure out how to slow it and speed it up without losing your connection to speed down.
But that is an answer in itself. It's that there's something. My key might be the reason why, or this speed down might be the reason why I'm being affected. Um, I'm just trying to think of a way to isolate my speed down in a sense. How I could do that. I might be able to do it with another Tao declaration in a sense for myself. Um, Combining failure with the Tao in a case. I could also just try and cut it out of me. It doesn't sound helpful though. Besides, maybe. Something about the city, but it's me. Um, it's like the city isn't alive anymore. It's like it's stopped its hustle and bustle.
Um,
But I know
it's
it's
deserted.
yeah,
There is
exactly.
no hustle and bustle.
There's no hustle and bustle. Um, and it's like my person is going against what the path is on this planet. There is no people to make the hustle and bustle happen. Um, and me moving and creating this is reducing my time to exist here unless I sleep like the others. I am going to sit down and try and sleep.
Okay. Not hard. Pretty peaceful.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing else to add on that. Just
Shit. Okay. I feel like if I try and sleep, I might lose time. I just knew it was a way to help slow down my process, I guess, my body. Uh, but maybe my speed Dow that I have is fucking me over in a sense. I uh, I get up and I state to myself, I had it in my head, now it's gone. I know what I want to say. It's combining failure and speed. But what was my declaration? I just literally had in my head. I state speed fails to hold itself on my Dow.
okay. You are the owner of your body.
Yep.
So, in making that declaration, works a little bit better than you'd think.
Okay.
It doesn't hold on your body. And as such, if it has no hold on you, it doesn't belong. Everything that involves the Tao, everything you take into your person, all of these qualifying things that you have built up, even your swordsmanship, has purchase on you. Because that's the point. If it has no hold on you, then it's not a part of you.
Okay.
It's a possession. And since this one is not a external physical possession, you're casting out as a Tao declaration that speed no longer has any hold on you. The speed leaves you, but it doesn't go quietly. It's speed. So it leaves.
Okay. Can I use this as my undo button for one of my three?
Sure.
Okay.
You
Fuck.
avoided your Dianqian and all of your energy circuits from just ripping out.
Yeah. My idea was for my speed to like kind of, I don't know, be isolated in a sense. Like it would stop affecting me, but at the end of the day, I have a racetrack in my Deontian.
Yep.
So having it leave was not the plan, but at the end of the day, I understand where I went with it. So
Also shows you how dangerous Dow declarations can be on yourself.
yeah,
Because it listened.
I did. I did. I make another Dow declaration. I choose what speed I go to. And this speed is very, very, very slow right
Rings hollow.
now.
Whatever
Fuck.
force you are trying to affect,
Yeah.
you can't even see its scale.
Yeah. Like,
It doesn't even
I,
need to respond and answer. You don't even get a denial. You just get nothing.
nothing. Yeah. Because, like, speed can be fast or it can be slow. That is the whole point of speed.
Mhm.
It is the, acceleration times time or whatever it is that's,
Mhm.
um, I feel like I need to request the clue. This really sucks though because I'm already burning through all my shit. I could use an enlightenment, change one of my sword enlightenments into like the I don't know the Tao of speed or the Tao of self to try and control what I'm doing. Um, or even switch it into the Tao of time. I didn't really want to use it for maybe the
Just let me know what you decide.
Mhm. I'm going to do something interesting. I am going to do. I'm going to use my seesaw, my movement technique. I'm going to reduce my movement from agility bonus to in turn grant a +5 bonus to agility. I'm going to reduce my agility bonus all the way down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change the clock at all?
Mm-mm.
Fuck. Okay, that doesn't do anything. I feel like it's something to do more with how my circuits are working, and the speed is making me do things and affecting this clock of mine. I'm glad I asked for a buff from duality, otherwise I wouldn't have an idea of changing so far. And I can't try to go faster when the speed is going to because there's a time limit on it. Uh, I'm going to request a clue.
It has nothing to do with your internals. It has to do with your perception. Where are you?
Gotcha.
And don't think planet, because the thing you're trying to interact with is not planet. Where were you before your cultivation started? Where are you now? What do you know about the difference between the two? You've talked to many NPCs about this. It's often the little things that you guys forget.
Since it is a duality clue, I'm not going to just leave it with that. I'm going to let you digest it a little bit. And then if you come to some answers or you need a clarifier, I can do a little bit more with the clue.
Okay. Well, I'm going to digest it as I eat this pork slider. I will do that then. All right. That's a tongue twister. Or maybe a brain twister, more like it. But perspective is there's a few things we know about ourselves. And the fact that we are babies on the path. The path is cosmic, as I'm doing a cosmic based tribulation. The journey we're on is affected by fate, and destiny determines, I guess, our choices, what we get to have. It's predetermined. in a
Wildly
sense.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Like crazy levels of overthinking. You've already solved it. You just glazed right over it.
we're babies. Is that what the is that what we're
No, it has nothing to do with that.
okay? I already solved it though. So when I was
You
talking
just have
about
to
it,
do something about it.
I
Like
just have to do something
you've
about
given yourself the answer. You just haven't done anything with it, but because you don't realize that it is an answer.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And you don't mean just stuff I've already done before we had this clue, right? You're talking about
In the context of what you just said,
in the context of what we just said.
before I interrupted you,
Yeah.
after you had finished your slider, you started talking before I interrupted you. That little blurb,
Yeah. talked about
Simplicity.
simplicity.
You were trying to add an unbelievable amount of layers and philosophy on something that actively needs you to not do that.
Okay. What are you saying, Luna Girl? Do you want some of my sliders too? You can't have any of them. They got bad stuff in them for you.
Well, Luna doesn't care. Luna wants the snackies.
Luna is that little black hole that will eat anything, even though it's bad for it.
That's so many dogs.
You're so tiny, though. How are you a little black hole? It's because your mass is so big. You got so much mass inside that little moon of yours.
Dog is dog, yes.
Yeah. So while I'm trying to get to this place, does the aspect of the path and what it is ever come to mind on the direction I'm taking to where to get to this place I need to get to? Have I just been rushing towards some unknown when I should be on my own path to wherever this takes me inside this city?
I mean, sure, but you have to solve the time thing first.
Got to solve the time thing first.
You've already done it. You just don't see it, and if you can't see it, you can't do anything with it. So,
I mean, there was two big takeaways from what I was talking about, and let's see what Allie wants to send me. She wants me to put the pork sliders in the fridge just after Luna gets comfortable underneath my legs. That is sad. It's okay. I will take these 5 minutes with the Luna girl underneath my desk. It is our fate was one of the biggest things I think I talked
nope.
about there. Okay.
Overcomplicated. It has nothing to do with your fate or
Okay.
destiny or tribulation. You're massively overthinking it.
Yeah, it was our perspective. Being a
Of
baby cultivator.
no, where you are versus
Yeah.
where you were. You kind of like took the clue and went in one ear, and you threw your character sheet at it and bashed it with your character sheet, trying to see how your character sheet fits with the clue,
Yeah.
and then went, nah, it's got to be this. And I'm like, that's not what the clue said. Take your 5. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay. I'll be RB.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen a message. Short trip. I'll be on my phone.
Mm.
You getting some food?
No. Hold on. It reverted to Bluetooth, which once you undo the Bluetooth, it makes sound like 25% the normal.
Oh. Well.
There it goes. I actually hear shit now.
So I had a little think about what I said. The biggest thing was it's our perspective as an earthly practitioner, which is where my mindset was when I went into this, to what it means to be a cosmic practitioner on the path. This
Alright.
this time I need to change my perspective to be what it is to be a cosmic practitioner and how long it takes to be a cosmic practitioner.
Okay. What do you want to do with that information or that idea that you have?
I go down from my view in front of me to top down. It's from
You're still stuck in first person. It's not a perspective change of top
okay.
down to front.
Okay, yeah. I was just thinking like, hey, we're on a planet and experiencing it into the like planetary
If you were
views.
like the tactician DAO or the battle tactician
Yeah.
DAO, this would be absolutely you can revert the game to
Yeah.
a third person top down camera.
Yeah,
But as
look at
is,
perspective that way. Yeah. Okay.
unfortunately, it's not your specialty.
No, it's not my specialty. No, my specialty is failure, fate, speed, sword, and but I have it on the head on what I'm trying to do here and what this city has come into. Like, it is the aspect of a sleeping city because there is no civilization here, and it's what it means when time continues in the cosmic path, where there is no hustle and bustle anymore of the earthly. There's no one to hold it there because they have passed on. They have gone.
I thought I'm gonna grab a purchase.
Yeah, no worries.
Purchase successful. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, no worries. What'd you get good?
I got some Guinness.
Nice.
Because I've got game at 6 and
Oh, yes.
game for the rest of the week, and might as well just get the singular purchase done now because I have so much freaking work tomorrow. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty wild. But I'll be home in like 3 minutes, but I'm on the phone for now. So can't do a actual camera angle change because that's unfortunately not part of your ability / skill / capability set because you went a different direction.
Yep.
But the idea you had earlier, Earth versus cosmic, what do you want to do with that?
Well, there's a few different ways I could approach this. One is to look at this Marshall planet and say, I have more time because I'm on the cosmic path. But that's not really what I want to go for. Just it's an option per se.
You're also demanding things of the cosmic path.
Yeah, but it's
And the
not.
cosmic path
Yeah,
will
I'm not
not.
really. I don't want to demand something of it. I want to accept what the cosmic path is. It is a long journey. It is not a short one like the earthly path's perspective.
Sure. But you've already done that. You've already
Yeah.
done your pledge to the cosmic.
Yes.
So you don't need to do that. You need to reaffirm it.
Gotcha.
So what do you do, homie?
I make a Tao declaration is what I do. And I say, my Taos walk the path of the cosmos.
Okay. And in doing so, the clock changes. And you can feel that wrongness go away. Instead of seconds, it doesn't count seconds. It doesn't count minutes. It doesn't even count days. It counts weeks as the lowest standard.
Okay.
No longer is it a ration clock, but at the same time,
I still have time left.
It's-
I took. I mean, I didn't take as long as I could have. Obviously, I just ran, asked some questions. The sleep might have me trying to sleep might have fucked me over a little bit, but I didn't.
not necessarily, but it might have given you further wrong information.
Yeah.
One of the major problems you ran into in this particular incident, sorry about the garage door noise,
No worries.
is perspective. That was the major first problem you ran into.
Yeah.
You're thinking on earthly road.
Yes, and
Earthly
that's
road is all about hustle, bustle. Your time is limited. Every single second cannot be wasted. But all that does is wickedly burn time on the cosmic road. And all you do is watch the clock spin. And that just absolutely ruins your mindset as an earthly practitioner.
a good point.
But as a cosmic practitioner, which is even above the heavenly scale, they don't really count seconds. They don't count minutes. They don't count days. They count weeks at the smallest time increment.
Gotcha.
Because that's just their time scale. 10 days or 10 years that you were given is like you got 10 months.
Yeah.
In the, or even 10 weeks in the earthly path. Like it is an abysmally small number of time for the scale of what you're doing. Right. But that's not bad. You are on the cosmic road and you figured it out before it was too late. Because if you were 5 years in and you just figured out that you needed to reassert yourself to the cosmic,
right,
you are cutting time real close.
Yeah. One of my thoughts too is just I'll wait for you to get back in. I know you're just changing over. No rush.
Do your thing. I'm listening.
Okay. I was just thinking to myself that this is a cosmic tribulation, but it was interesting to see us on a planet. I don't think we've been on a planet yet. or at least we've seen one. It's always been cosmic resources in a sense. It's been a sun, or it's been a asteroid belt, or it's been comets. It's been, but no civilization, I suppose. And it's been like a racetrack. It's been all these types of celestial things, but a planet that has civilization is still a cosmic thing. It exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the cosmic, and you wouldn't have individuals moving about. Okay, I have affirmed that.
Mhm.
The clock is now back to normal, but I still have the same direction in a sense to where I want to, like, the same direction that duality gave me. It's still there, and it's something I can go towards. And now I have time to look at it.
Perspective shift. You didn't gain more time. You have the same time, but you no longer have that racing mindset that you have to use every single second
Right.
to the maximum, because that's not how that works on the cosmic road. That
Right.
anxiety and that wrongness leaves you because you were on the wrong alignment.
Right. Right.
So, and you'll have to do that every time you come back here. Otherwise, you're going to be hit with the anxieties and the turmoil and the torment of being a earthly practitioner of the cosmos. And you have to do this every time until you actually are on the cosmos.
Does
So,
this also
always step one.
happen when we go back to the earthly path? Will we have to think about this? Like, if
You
we
might
ever
have
visit?
a bit of disorientation, but you can't declare I'm an earthly practitioner
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the ramifications of declaring cosmic path, then going back to the earthly. There will be consequences, but
Gotcha. Okay.
which means you might lose out on DTA because you're sitting there doing a thing going,
Why is it
oh,
taking
a
so
bunch
long?
of time has passed. And you think nothing of it because you're a cosmic cultivator.
Yeah.
But they're like, dude, a month has passed. So you'll have to fight that mindset. Fortunately, you don't have to do it for too much longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Urge to go to a certain spot feels different. Instead of being general direction of go that way, it's more of a, you know where you need to go, but it's a long journey to get there. That's really a problem anymore. Not mentally. It's if it's on the same planet, nothing. It's a stroll. It'll take maybe a little bit of effort only because your mobility arts aren't. But in comparison to the cosmos, between the
Yeah.
distance between planets, let alone solar systems, finding something on the same planet or getting to it, easy.
I have an advantage because I'm on the same planet.
Right.
Even if it feels endless, it's not like I'm going from another planet to this
And your
planet.
speed dial feels more powerful than ever. Yes, it's a racetrack, but you can turn the speed dial towards mobility arts. You can make it so that you can get places without having to spend an eternity.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea of the nitro, in a sense. The nitro stove, getting to a place that seems impossible. Yeah.
One is that's your emergency thing.
Oh yeah,
Later,
no, that's just more the grand side of it all. If I need to get somewhere, the nitro will help me get there quickly.
right. In your current state, you can barely handle one nitro. Okay.
Yeah.
Later, that might be what you do just to get around. Like, I
Yeah.
don't have time to fucking sit down. Nitro, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares?
Okay.
You know where you need to be. You just have to take the time to get there.
Okay. Um, all right. So now that I know how long it will take to get there and the process, um, I will take my steps as if I'm on the path. Sorry, not as if. I take the steps as I am on the path of the cosmos. Each step bringing me closer to my destination.
Sure.
I imbue my speed within each one of these steps, being the fastest fuckboy as I am.
Sure.
And I move.
You do? Takes you 3 years to get there. But if you use weeks as the lowest time,
Right.
weeks are like minutes. They don't even count or convert to seconds because it's just. Weeks are like your minutes. Months are your hours. Years are your days. So it basically takes you 3 cosmic days of just schmoving. But the fun part is, you don't really have that tiredness from running for 3 days straight. Your tribulation thing, your barrier, your
Yeah.
cost fatigue,
Yeah.
only kicks once a week.
Oh. Okay.
Because
Okay.
that's the smallest time increment. Abilities default to the lowest time increment for operations.
Right.
If we go down to combat, then abilities that trigger each turn in combat trigger then.
Okay.
However,
Question.
if we zoom out and it's weeks, well, things last weeks now.
Yeah. Now, my spacesuit has 10 free actions a day that I can utilize. So it gives me things I can do during that day. Does that mean I can utilize them like per week in a sense? Those extra 10 or
It's per week. Unfortunately, anything that would be more beneficial, the more tedious time you have,
yeah.
especially in like earthly.
Yeah.
However, that also defaults to the smallest amount of time, which will be weeks. So instead of having 10 extra free actions a day, you get 10 free
10
actions
per
a
week.
week.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's both a pro and a con. It turns things that are like impossible to maintain long term
Yeah.
able to be maintained long term. But it also turns things that are like, I get these really sweet things in like really short time increments. Now
Okay.
longer time increments.
Yeah, no, I think as long as they're still going to apply that way. Originally, I thought we talked about the path being per day, but now that it's per week, I still think that's fine. And you won't add the 7 days per, so it's just going to be those 10 per week, which is better than having only one per week at the end of the day. So I'm very happy. Question: would that mean the lowest increment for montage hero also be you get an extra action if you spend that fatigue? Would you get an extra one that way too, or no?
Well, instead of DTAs, you have weeks.
Yeah. So would you be able to spend that fatigue and then get an extra action for that week then as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's everything is just different time wise.
Extended. Yeah, it's perspective, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get there in 3 years out of my how much time?
10 years?
10? Okay, so 3 out of the 10.
It's an enormous building. It's a cross
Yeah,
between a
it's a hive,
Aztec
like you said.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cross between an Aztec pyramid, an enormous multi-staged terraced pagoda,
Mhm.
and a government building. So
Yeah.
it's ostentatious only because of its size, but everything else about it screams government building.
Right.
Do you want
So-
to go up the stairs? It is in the middle of an enormous courtyard, or let's call it a plaza. You could fit an entire city block into the plaza.
Oh, really?
Instead, it's just paved
Mhm.
with one building in the middle. Tons of communal walking space up and around it so people can come and go. There might have even been a transit system, maybe.
Will this cause me fatigue as I climb up these stairs as I go for the first step?
No?
Okay. Can I
there's so
use?
little gravity, you kind of moonwalk, you kind of bounce your way up, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. I have an idea. Oh, thank you very much, Allie.
Thank you, Allie. Even if it's for you.
Ah,
Thank you, Allie.
nothing like some. I mean, it's pretty much Long Island iced tea, right? That's what it tastes like. Just tea.
Arizona tea.
Oh yeah. That's what I meant to say. Arizona, not an alcoholic beverage.
I mean, I'd
I'm still going.
be very impressed. Arizona or the Thousand Island iced Thousand Island iced teas I heard are not so straightforward
Yeah.
or simple to put together.
No, it's just Arizona. That's what I wanted to say in my mind. The other one came out instead.
Well, words are hard
Words are hard.
for no
and
reason.
I mean, English language itself is like a hard mode
But
compared to
yeah, it's
others.
butts.
But yeah, so my idea here is,
Sure.
can I do my key set while I'm climbing the stairs due to uh, my quality,
Your
which
key
is
set.
optimized rest training. My idea was I wanted to utilize my fate and tribulation here, and improve it while in a tribulation, using the energies of the tribulation and what you can do from it into that force set. But I can also understand if it's not possible to do with the.
Technically, maybe, but you have more pressing concerns. You've
Okay.
arrived at near the foot of or around where you need to be, but you haven't. That urgency is still greatly affecting you here. It's not
Okay.
satisfied.
Okay. That's why I was pretty much saying walking up the stairs while taking the key set. Like, but okay. And the idea for this tribulation is to leave your mark on this city.
No, you need to have it remember you.
Have it remember
Leaving your
me.
mark can mean jack and all.
Gotcha.
Which is why the urgency is your greatest clue in that regard, because you can do everything in your power to try and leave a mark. That doesn't
Right.
mean it remembers or even
Right.
acknowledges or knows that there's a mark there at all.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to decide, is this the place where I make it remember me, or is it going up the stairs and figuring out what's next? And my intuition tells me to just go up the stairs. So I go up the stairs.
You go up the stairs. It's a nice, easy little, bit of moon jumps. Make your way to
Yeah.
the top. There's no immediate throne room. It's just kind of a reception area where they can, based off of your your basic observations, it looks like this is where you would go to be directed to where you need to be in the building. There's a lot of lower entries to the side of the pyramid terraced structure, but you have a feeling that if you have an actual grievance, walk the stairs. It's a great way to deter people who really don't need to bother somebody, because that's a lot of stairs if the gravity was normal. But you get there, and urgency pulls you towards main office, council room, and audience chambers.
Okay. First thing I go to, though, is there a sign-in log?
Not one with any pages that survived. And
Okay.
it looks like it was a book at one point. They just didn't live. Not in this environment.
Okay. My idea was I'll put my name down to make it remember me. But okay. Okay. So you gave me came in, and then there is a council room pretty much, and
An audience chamber.
an audience chamber. Okay. The place to hear your grievances. Eh? All right. I go into the audience chamber.
Okay.
Look
Looks like there
around.
might have been a battle. It's pretty
Oh.
open. It's the first kingly thing you've seen. It was thrown at the end.
Mhm.
There's support pillars and structures. Pretty wide open. There's a long, but not like obnoxiously long, like walk approach up to the throne.
Right.
But it looks like there's been a battle. And there is someone seated in the throne. First time you've
Still.
seen a
A
body.
knife. Okay, a body. Is it a living?
You don't know. You have to approach it.
Okay. I mean, my first instinct is to assess it. But I will use. You know what? Let's make this. I'm going to forego all my abilities here, in
Sure.
which I would go about, doing Weaver's Eye and then assessing and getting all the information I have. This is a place to be seen and heard. I do not need to check what I'm going into. I just go up and I approach the one on the
Mhm.
throne.
All right. As you get to the position where you would normally be
Right.
stopped and asked to present your case, you notice there's a knife still embedded in his chest. That guy is unfortunately not very alive right now.
Gotcha.
And there's something punctured by the knife, as if something was stabbed through before he was stabbed with it. You'd have to get closer.
Okay. I look around the room first to see if there's anyone else in the room
No, it's
besides just
empty.
them. Just them. Okay. I step up closer to the throne. And I observe the knife that punctured this individual.
Mhm. It is a straightforward stiletto. 6-inch long, probably. Very thin, very stabby. And it has that heavy set crossguard that could potentially parry something if you know what you're doing.
Right.
This is a pretty serious weapon. This is not something that is just held on your person. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
ceremonial. This is as practical as a weapon gets for its design. However, you do realize what's been punctured through before he's been stabbed in the chest. A recreation card.
I see. This, as I notice this, I stop and I fall to the ground and I start to weep as I see my goddess's blood stabbed with a knife. Um, this brings a
This is
memory, in a sense, of what it means when you allow your people to be not taken care of. And this is what I see as a future for Lar, if a what if, as someone comes and they kill him, and doing so destroy their home.
the individual is a Monray,
Yes.
probably another true blood, pure blood like you.
Yeah.
But their other half is not present in the room. If his body's preserved, maybe theirs is too. You would have to find it. But this does not feel like an act of invaders.
No.
There was no struggle elsewhere, anywhere on the city that you looked at when you approached. Just decay, just ruin. The only sign of battle or damage was the audience chamber.
Yeah. I remember the individuals are ejected outside of the card, which is probably why there's no one here anymore.
Well, if you want to spend your last 7 years looking around, you can. That urgency's gone. You found who you or what you needed to find. You're in the
Yes.
room looking at the things you need to look at. The urgency's gone.
Okay. This this reminds me of causality. But with light, there is dark.
Mhm.
As not, I will start to look throughout this chamber, and then I will go to the darker sides of this place. I imagine the stairs were up above, high above in the hive. So I went upwards in order to
It's
get
a
to my
hive
position.
city so much in that it's sprawled across the whole planet.
Right.
This is one of the tallest buildings you've seen, and it's only like 20 stories tall. We're not talking like 40K hive cities where it can't be really understood how high it goes.
Mhm.
It looks like they wanted to maintain for everyone to see the sun, everyone to be in comfort, have actual real air. So everything is all the other buildings no more than 3 stories tall.
Yeah.
Maybe no more than 3 stories down as a basement. But this is the largest building by far. It's just everywhere is built over. Uh, there's probably a lot of effort put into living with nature,
Yeah.
but you can't see that in a desiccated planet away from a solar system. This is all life capabilities of this planet are gone. And oddly enough, if the recreation card is damaged like that, why isn't the planet gone? If a recreation card breaks like that, or is damaged so significantly, especially to the center part, um, the inside world collapses.
Yeah. And that's why there is the other face to the coin. Lara will go up to the Monray. I will use my Fate and Tribulation aura. I will spend a point. I will touch their body with my aura, and I will attempt to find this Sava's Deva.
Mm,
I'll use a
Not too
Destiny
hard to
fragment.
find. Deeper
Okay.
into the administration building, you also catch glimpses for a brief moment. It
Glimpses,
was
say.
by his own people. It
Yes.
was by his most trusted people, the people he lifted up the most, took care of the most, considered family. It's a jarring um, sight of this level of malice. And this guy was taken complete surprise, which is why it worked in the first place.
Right.
And even weirder, he was happy before it happened. And the only thing he remembers as he perished was confusion. Not fear, not um, anger or fury or hate or just indignation, just confusion to the very last second.
Yeah. I mean, you expect your people to be loyal in a sense, as that is one of the aspects of the cards. But at the end of the day, they are your people, and they get to choose what they do. But okay, I then go to look for
Mhm.
I go to look for the Deva side.
Sure. You find them in front of the vault. You're not sure what the vault for, but it's a vault for something. They've been hacked to pieces, defending it. Whatever the forces were, couldn't get in. Not for the lack of trying. There's enormous levels of damage to the door, but the door holds. There's no cracks. There's no significant breaches in sections. However, there was probably a mural or some sort of like beautiful aesthetic to the door. You can't see it anymore. The
Right.
amount of effort meant to crack this door means all the aesthetics are gone, all the engravings are gone. There's deep pock marks from blasts, torches, all sorts of tools were used to get this open. An enormous effort was attempted to get this open. And quickly, because the Deva's body's still there. They didn't move it out of the way.
Is the card still there? Their card.
There's only one card. David doesn't have a card. The Monray has the card. There's only one recreation card. They don't share the recreation card. They just have a card.
Well, the Monray is a two-half species, the Sava and the Deva. But you're right; they only have one card. But why? Why is? Okay. There's a vault.
No visible method seems to have worked, and the door still feels firm and strong to you, despite the damage to its surface.
Right.
Okay. You checked one place. That's 1 year. You have 6 more places you can check and find some information.
Okay.
Reading the Deva's thoughts, this is where all the rage went. This is where all the fury went, which is very not Deva. They're mostly cold. The singular thought of, after all we've done for them, they would give all of it up. Yes, not on my watch. Some of the confusion makes more sense now. It's not for the lack of, expecting loyalty. They did what you did. They uplifted the people, provided for them, gave them purpose, and earned their loyalty, not through the forced loyalty of the card.
Yeah.
They did all the right things. They also treated them like people instead of servants. The amount of confusion is justified because this guy was killing it. And he also let in the path. He let in, just like you did. He let them cultivate. He let them grow, but also took all of the precautions that you need to take. And you actually see a couple of the cautions he took that were like, I didn't think of that. I should probably get on that, but it's not
Okay.
immediate that I need to.
Yeah.
This is almost like a look at the future version of you.
I said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Strange, certainly.
So there's a vault. That should be what's part of the resources aspect of where this is. The question is, where is this card on the physical side? That is the real question. If it's broke here and the planet's still here.
Something really weird happened because it feels like the planet you're on was supposed to be in the card,
Yeah.
but the landscape in the card is destroyed if the card's damaged enough, and the population is evacuated forcefully so that they
Yeah.
don't collapse with the card. But there's no people, but the planet's still here,
Yeah.
and the card is all but destroyed. So why is the planet still here? And if the planet's still here, why aren't the people here? So a lot of questions with not a lot of right answers.
True. True. This also brings the question: is that the title? Um, the title that I have must have also existed to them, but now that they're gone, the title was free, which then allowed me to take it over.
Yeah. That bad feeling about your people's ancestry kind of nagging at you because you really haven't had the opportunity to really confirm or verify some of
Yeah.
the tales and stories. But there seems to be a very large gap in history and information about the Monterey, especially around the purebloods and the recreation cards after a certain point in history. Because you guys were kicking it. Like, man, you guys had it all together. And then there was a bit of a schism. Nothing crazy. Yeah, there was a bit of war, but it wasn't complete destruction. Everyone made sure to take care of their carts. There was one loss that was the huge tragedy that actually ended the war. And because of the loss of that card, people were appalled. So it's unheard of that anyone would go after it. And this guy probably felt the need to reveal to his trusted advisors like the importance of the card. Like, if you destroy it, everything we've built is destroyed. So if they were trying to take over the planet, killing him and the card, worst possible idea. Because if he revealed, hey, if the card's destroyed, so is this world, great. Problem is, you know that ejection feature? It forces everybody out. It's not nice. It does an immediate forced ejection into real space.
Yeah.
If there's an entire population in there, the entire planet's population is forcibly ejected into the nearby space. Most don't survive. What if you're in the dead of space?
Yeah.
All die. So, this guy's a cosmic cultivator, like you were. And he most likely would have revealed the importance of the card and keeping it safe. They wouldn't have destroyed it. Not unless they had something, some reason for it. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was a part of some sort of deeper scheme. It's just strange. Where the damage is located, things they seem to be after, and how eerily and almost uncanny the situation is for this guy in comparison to your own. Because this could easily be your recreation card. There's definitely some differences based off of some of the topography you've seen. But it feels like your future. Even though it probably won't be, feels like this is the future you.
I go back to the Saba that has the card. And I look to the knive's position on how it was stabbed through the card. Where does it? Just the face? So
it's through the chest, through the heart.
Through the heart. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it feel like there's some sort of ritual aspect of this?
On study, they probably used the card to kill him. Stabbing the card and then stabbing through the card into him. Because stabbing the heart to Dava or Sava might not be immediately lethal, if not lethal at all, especially if he was a cultivator. Very, very inconvenient. But it's hard to say because you have to pull out the blade to study it.
I pull out the blade from the recreation card, as that is to me a blasphemy of what's happened.
Okay. The blade is covered in specific, I wouldn't say runes, but some sort of embedded language.
Right.
You feel numb around it. You know, you would think you would feel, or your brain should say, I should feel hostile to these. But instead, you feel numb, like an anesthetic.
Interesting.
And your gaze, the longer you try and focus on it, slides off. And the only reason you know there's words on it in the first place because it's in hand. The moment you set it down, you forget there's words on it on the blade at all.
Interesting. It's Monterey kryptonite. Interesting. Okay.
Not just that, it absolutely uh, like damaged the card. Card
Yeah.
is not indestructible, but it's not fragile. Not in the normal way things can be fragile.
Mhm.
It's fragile to specific things, but this is weird.
Yeah. Where did they get this from the first place? Did they make it themselves, or was it some outside interference? I wonder.
It's unknown.
Yeah. My goddess is a martial god at the end of the day, and they have enemies. Maybe this
Oh yeah.
is um, a plot on their side, but it's more important of. So I take that out of the card, um, and I hold the card in hands and I study it. Um, I don't want to take. I need to. Interesting. Need to make this place remember me.
You've got 6 years left, which is the
Yeah.
equivalent of searching 6 things. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So you search the vault and the audience chamber.
Yeah.
What other 6 things you want to go look at while in this building? And I do limit it to this building because anytime you leave the building,
Yeah.
the that urgency returns.
Right. Right. It's something within this place. Um, does the building have a crypt per se?
No,
Place for the dead. Okay.
no, this is a government building. They would have graveyards and actual crypts for that.
Right. Does this building have a library?
Sure does. Now, saying does it have means you searched for it. That'll
Okay.
cost you 1.
Okay.
But it does verify there isn't any. You do
Yeah.
find the library.
Okay.
It is the most boring library you can possibly run into because it's governments or governance. It's all about how to do your job better, reference material, law precedent, districting, like
Yeah.
everything any of the major government offices that are located in this building need.
Okay.
And as a Ava, let's make your eyes cross. Fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Some nerd shit.
I was thinking documentation on the history might be interesting to see if they had something along those lines for this place.
History's pretty straightforward. You can find it
Yeah.
rather easily here.
Their rise up to the fall, I guess.
It is the abruptest of cutoffs.
Yeah.
It goes and then it stops.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's all sunshine and rainbows, with the occasional minor scuffle during what they call the unification phase, where the card holder, or called card holder pair, unifies the entirety of the inside of their card by whatever methodology. And that will be something you have to do. Just because you have the card doesn't mean you have a unified people.
Yeah.
And you need a unified people to have a unified governance and or unified participation. However, you don't have to unify them. If you just want one regulatory seat and then you sit at the head of that regulatory seat, that's also perfectly fine. But this guy chose unification. And yeah, there's a bit of scuffles and some heated moments, but it never got out of control. And the books read pretty dry, and they don't gloss over things that are hard to stomach. They go into the bad as much as the good, and they don't downplay the bad either. So the guy did a great job from what the chronicler has written. It was much slower than the guy wanted, but he took extra steps to make sure that the people's voices and concerns were heard. And, the whole thing that you're doing too.
Yeah.
They're not just people. Downside, he still got murdered.
Still got murdered.
Out of nowhere. There are no dead bodies, despite him being the only one in the throne room. The amount of damage that happened to the audience chamber is not small. There was a cultivator fight in there and a rather formidable skirmish.
I mean, it could just be, to me, the guy's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He would have died quite quickly. It would have been the people around him
that had the chance to draw their swords, because he probably went first.
Yes.
In the surprise, and then there was the skirmish, but no weapons. And you'd probably see some broken weapons. There's no dead bodies, there's no dust, there's no remains or sign of remains at all.
Yeah.
There's only two bodies you found, the Deva and the Sava. So
Okay. Does this government building have offices?
sure, all over the place.
Okay. I will go to the seats of Power's office, and start checking out things there. It is something similar to mine. They would have sect heads where there might be some information. And since it's a government building, they should have an office.
They have several offices. One for the Dava, one for the Sava, and then one for pretty much anyone who does work here.
All right. I'll go to the one for the Sava.
Okay. That'll cost you another one, so you're down
Yep.
to 4.
Yep.
Man, it's a grandiose space. It's open, feels like a large condo. Most of it open space for displays, especially the one large table in the middle with a current miniature model of a certain part of the city they were working on.
Right.
looks from what you can look like, they were going to build the most prestigious, grandest education center for cultivation and other scholarly arts ever devised. This thing would have been enough to house almost 1 million students. It was so big over every level of cultivation that they were able to accomplish. Everyone would have been housed in and on site, like the grandest and most noble of projects. And by your estimations, they're half done. Or were. It is an enormous thing. It's almost like a third of a city in size. And the rest of the city would have been its support structure, where it gets all of its food, all of the services, staff, housing, like just an entire city solely devoted to an academy.
Yeah. This would have been the Academy of Wonder, I imagine.
Yeah. But I didn't think you could build buildings that big scale. Yeah.
I wonder if they use one of the Wonder templates for this. Okay.
Might have. But it's all a bunch of his projects, curios and gifts from people that he's helped. It feels a very well lived in office if it wasn't for the current ruined state of things.
Yeah.
And you kind of open the office to slightly preserved state because the office was contained between the doors, so it was a sealed box. There's no dust on anything. So no circulation of air.
Yeah.
And no circulation of particles. So pretty preserved. No paper.
No paper?
There probably was paper. There probably was paper at some point. He's got filing little, not quite cabinets, but little stackers on his desk, so you can file into different groupings.
Right.
There looks like there was several notebooks on his desk. All that's left is the spines. Pages gone. Not from people ripping them, but from the environment. And there is dust where the pages were, piled on top of the book or the book cover, but pages are just dust. And when you get close, they just
right.
Yeah, they blow over the floor. Yeah, anything paper related. The library you went to, none of the pages were made of paper.
Right.
They're made of some sort of like resilient plastic.
Gotcha.
So that you can spill on them, you can damage them, and they're easily replaced. It's meant to be a repository. And the plastic and the spines and the books in the library are fireproof. So if you try and burn it down, none of them are accelerants, and they don't help spread the fire, and they're resistant to being on fire. So it still looks like they use paper in certain cases, or did.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to look around the room and see if there's anything that has maybe he wouldn't have anything in here, but it is his office. But yeah, I'll just take a look around to see if there's anything. I'll go to the desk and look to see if there's any. Just go down and sit in the chair and kind of feel it out to see if there might be something. I don't know.
Yeah, you can only see it from sitting in the chair, staring off into space for a long time, like a cosmic cultivator would.
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot of like really sitting there, because the lowest time increment is a week. So you basically spend a week sitting in the chair, just observing the room, and only from that position can you see a painting on the wall long faded, long damaged, slightly askew. And as you go to fix it, you go, that's weird. And you check behind it, and there's a small engraving. It means nothing to the normal man, but to a Monray,
Right.
that's a symbol of secret here.
Okay. I knit my hands and put my blood on the wall.
The symbol drinks pretty deeply,
Mhm.
but it doesn't take long to satisfy it. And the wall pulls itself back, a little box, and it makes a shelf. And from each side, the shelf's walls,
Right.
it flips. Documents, artifacts, tools. Nothing of great power or significance in cultivator scale. But these are no less important on a more mundane scale.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I will look at each one and then take them within my storage as they are no longer useful
Next
for.
things you find. Invaluable documents. You're not entirely
Okay.
sure you'll have to go through that length, which
Right.
means you need to do a research. But you have
Okay.
a huge stack of critical, invaluable documents.
Okay.
Second thing, they have some sort of chronometer device, which is weird. It doesn't seem to be ticking along to any known path time or any normal clock. It's counting time in some capacity, but it based off of what? Unsure. The third is a journal bound and sealed by a black cord. And is so well sealed that you can't even pry at the pages at the top or bottom to try and get a glimpse at it. You also get that numb feeling from touching it. Like you
Interesting.
did with the dagger.
Okay.
Third item is a simple letter opener. Sorry, no, that's the fourth item. So yeah, it's the fourth item. Simple
Yep.
letter opener.
Okay.
It's nice. Fits really well in the hand. Nothing austere or like crazy about the materials. It's not like made of gold or lined with platinum and rubies and gemstones. It's just a really kind of fits good in the hand. Like it because it's a nice letter opener. That's all.
Yeah.
Fifth item, reading glasses.
Interesting.
Yeah. One of those bifocals where it's split in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of strange. They feel like they're mortal made, so mundane. So
Maybe a gift.
maybe a gift. The last item, as you kind of pull out the from the corner, is a platinum nitro cap.
Oh yes.
And you're
Go to
like,
plaid.
oh, it goes up to. So this
Oh,
guy
I-
also did speed dial.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I think there's gold, plaid, and star are the three types that I've been introduced to.
Yeah. And this is a platinum nitro charge.
Yeah.
Which this would definitely be something you keep in the safe. Like,
Yeah.
they're really hard to get your hands on.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. The journal's interesting.
Or weirdly enough, if you only touch the black cable around it,
Yeah.
the numbness is not there. If you touch the journal,
Yeah.
the numbness, not just to your like fingertips, but to your collective senses. You feel like
Yeah.
you've been, like you're under amnesia or anesthesia.
Yeah. It could be honestly words of the same type, just
Mhm.
from the dagger, right? It could be the same kind of situation there.
Could be any number of things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the cable hides any like written title or any other feature because it's almost fully wrapping
Okay.
the book front to back, top to bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Where to next?
Got three
This
more
is a good
places you
find.
can visit.
You say 2 more?
Three.
3 more.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
Um,
And you still have to make one of those be the I am remembered. So you're running out of time. But you don't feel like you were before on the earthly road. You don't feel anxious that you're running out of time. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm running out of time, but whatever, I don't give a shit. Which is a weird change of mentality from earthly to cosmic. Because usually when you're running out of time, an earthly practitioner fucking just loses their composure. But the closer you are to like running out of time, the less you care.
Right. Less I care, the more I am at my deadline.
It's almost like an inner pride in your chest. Like, so what if I run out of time? What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Feel a little snobbish, but at the same time, you're still you. Just weird feelings.
Trying to think of a government building. You know what? I'm gonna go for the basement.
Okay.
The back rooms.
Nope. No like SCP level backrooms here.
No, it's fine.
Mm. Basement? Yeah. You find definitely something interesting in the basement. It's pitch black. You have to use your fancy spacesuit flashlights. And
Oh
it's like
yeah.
walking through a crypt. You just have that beam of light, and it's the only thing taking a crack at and splitting the darkness.
Mhm.
But as you creep through, no nefarious things in the basement. Just record storage, at least for far as you can see, as well as storage of other assets and other supplies. There's a lot of access ways in and out for deliveries. It looks like they do all deliveries underground.
Right.
A lot of pipes running everywhere for what's that called? Infrastructure.
Mhm.
Everything's very well labeled. No battle damage. Uh, and as you kind of go deeper and deeper, there is one room that looks like it's been torched, which is weird.
Interesting.
As in, like, bomb plus firebomb.
Yeah.
It is a extremely small room, so an incendiary / explosive device would have been very effective. But it also just feels like a supply closet. Like you would more likely, but the size of the room, find additional cleaning supplies rather than it being a storage for information and or like any meeting room.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are broken and bent and charred metal um, storage racks
Right.
where you would store stuff on shelves.
Mhm.
No table, no chairs. Which is strange, but sounds like they firebombed a storage closet, I guess. And then as you get further in, you find an enormous chamber right around the
Yeah.
center, where you can have the largest, open space. And you can feel that slumbering uh, kind of demeanor. Not the whole of it, but a protrusion of it. Because you arrived and it's slumbering.
Yeah, my deep slumber aspect. Yeah.
Yeah. Part of it is exposed here. Slumbering entity.
Interesting.
You're not sure if you should wake it, but there seems to be interface consoles. There's a big, almost like beseechment platform in the middle where you would like do grand rituals and other things. You don't
Yeah.
feel any like negative energies here from like sacrifice or something dark or evil. Bunch of strange energy. More you would equivalent it to like trying to beseech a greater will for some change,
Right.
but nothing nefarious or malevolent. And there's this one terminal. The only thing you've seen that actually has life of its own, there is a small console that is slightly sticking out from the center dome
Mm.
that has one blinking light. Standby mode.
Okay. I go up to the console and I feel it out.
Yep.
To me, this
It has
is
Monterey letters, and it's a Monterey keyboard. You've
right.
only heard of these, and it
Interesting.
just everything makes sense. And you'd think these would be easy to make, but for some reason, every time you're like, how would I build a Monterey keyboard? I see a blueprint of it. I should be able to just copy it. And every time you do, it doesn't ever come out that
Mm.
way. And you're always missing symbols, which makes no sense because you
Yeah.
have all the words, and you should be able to just arrange it in the keyboard style. But it never seems to work. And you just kind of run your fingers over the keyboard like, huh. Oh, this is
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. And it's just everything makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, could I spell my name in this keyboard?
I mean, yeah, which is why it's weird. It also
Yeah.
kind of explains why it's not something you can replicate easily. It's not just something you can one day say, hey, I'm going to make a keyboard.
Yeah.
Because you also can spell Monterey names.
Mhm.
There's some sort of like mimetic security behind these types of interfaces. It's almost like you have to get Fate Bonds' permission to make one
Gotcha.
because it allows you to spell any Monterey name if you know the name. But you also know a keyboard like this, you can't interface with it unless you're a Monterey,
Yes.
and it's also makes no sense. It's almost enigmatic to
Hmm.
non-Monterey.
Okay. There
Most people might
is
not even know the terminal exists. It might just be they can't
kind of
perceive it.
like yeah. Uh, I mean, fate weaving always has that wonderful don't look kind of what would you call it, glam, or a little bit of a it's not illusions, but it's the same aspect of looking at a tapestry and having your eyes not you just look away naturally. Okay. I will. Hmm. Because I would like to put my name in, but the question is, do I put my DAO name? Do I put my name? Do I put the Monray in as well? Do I go and look at and do like an assess on the dead Sava and put their name in?
You also haven't woken up the system. You have to like hit a button to wake it up from sleep mode.
Right. Do I want to wake them up? That is the question. I would like to use my clue here, Matt. Is this the only? I guess yeah. I'm going to use a clue in this situation. It's not. It's not simple as in click the button. I just want to know. I just want a clue. Give me any type of clue in this situation.
The only way you can be remembered is if the slumbering entity knows you exist.
Right.
Leaving a mark doesn't mean it knows you or
Right.
can read it.
Yes. Right. Even if I do something for the Savas within
Or the Deva.
Sava the Deva, that's not going to be remembered.
Yeah. Everything you've done here they don't even realize you are here.
Yeah.
Because it's sleeping.
Yeah.
You don't want to fully wake it up. You just want it awake enough that it goes, oh, there's someone here. All right, whatever.
There's two aspects. One comes to mind on how we dealt with Shadow. Saying my, giving my Tao to it and making it shiver. That's one way I could go about doing it. The second is interacting with the interface, and I wonder if this is the world core of the recreation card. That is something I wanted to do with mine, and maybe this is my time to actually wake up. I go to click the button.
Okay, you hit a button, it boots on. Takes a bit. But you have a new patience in you that's different. So you stare at a load screen and you don't feel impatient.
Yeah.
You have this kind of almost serene moment of everything needs a little bit of time, so give it a little bit of time. And sure enough, it feels like you only had to wait 30 seconds, probably more closer to 30 minutes. But you blink, boot it up.
Okay.
You need an identity interface clearance. Basically, prove your identity. Problem is, you don't have one. Nothing. Maybe you do. The terminal's kind of strange because there is a couple bits that you can interact with behind the keyboard. Still on the same like interface board, but above there's a little strip above the keyboard that would be normally just a blank flat surface. Couple inputs. One of which looks like a card reader where you would stick a card in. Like a playing card.
Okay. I have my recreation card on me.
Okay.
Now, there are two aspects of the Monray, the wings and the horns. Does it have an aspect for taking one of the feathers?
Normally you would think there would.
Right.
But it says horn and wing identification system disabled.
Okay.
As in somebody purposely wanted it so that you can't get access to this terminal.
Right.
As even as a Monray through wing or horn.
Okay.
Which is weird.
Well, I suppose even the dead can have their horns and wings utilized.
Yeah. It looks like the only two identification systems that are still operational is recreation card identification and ascendant name identification, which means
My down name?
No, Fate Bonds came by and gave you not just your adult name, but your ascendant name of the Monray.
Okay.
You've only heard about that in Legends. They haven't done that in... It's fairy tales level of old.
Okay.
Like before the schism, before
Yeah.
wild levels of history. So the only thing you have available to you is use your recreation card to verify your identity.
Well, I put my recreation card in.
Okay. It's a top down, so you insert it down into the card. It pulls it all the way in, pulls it all the way back out. Is a quick kind of like almost like
Yeah,
the
credit card.
ATM where
Yeah.
and spits it back out, lets you collect it, and your name comes up on the screen and says access granted.
Interesting. Maybe because I just had Fate Bonds Blessed recently.
I'm pretty sure it's when you got the card in the first place.
Right.
Your identity is staked with it, linked.
Yeah,
with it.
well, there's that hidden contract, the hidden details within it as well that would be applied. So, okay, cool.
Yeah. It's also a guarantee of your identity.
Yeah.
Especially to the Monray system. So you access it, and the room starts to hum a little bit, and the lights start to slowly dim upwards and upwards until you get not a good lighting, but more of a subdued, almost intimate dinner lighting. Right. Still more dark than light, but enough to see by. And the dome in the middle thrums. You see the screen change, and it enters more of a command line where there's that blinking cursor, which then moves up to the middle of the screen, and it says welcome with your full Monray name afterwards. Feel that slumber is no longer fully complete. You've woken something up.
Okay. And I say to it,
purpose.
Welcome back. I am here to right a wrong.
You need to understand the wrong, if there even is one, before you can right anything.
And that's why I'm on this path. To learn, to become better, to grow, to soar higher, to grow my wings.
Pedantic and useless. The previous one of you said the same things, all noble and worthwhile endeavors, still useless.
Question. Are you the World Core?
I am something. World Core would be... suppose you can use that phrase. I don't see myself as such. I'm no prisoner, but I am no small thing as a World Core. You're a possessor of a card.
Yes.
Unless you're so recent to it, so new to it, that you have no idea of its deeper capabilities. You wouldn't know.
This is my first time interacting with someone like you, besides my master, Duality.
Then you are, unfortunately, stuck with the knowledge that you are too early in your mastery of a card to even know what I am. But I will not hold you in suspense or keep you guessing. I am the Cards Core.
Yes.
My original owner gave me a strange position. He was able to do a projection of the internals of the card into reality.
It was the people's wishes, so it didn't require too much effort or resources. And as such, I'm also projected outside. His wish was to keep me separate from the card as much as possible, and embedded in reality, so that if the card ever came to destruction, I wouldn't perish with it. A most noble and a most kind gesture. And it worked. Card, I can feel its lack of presence, but here I remain. Your card will have one of me as well.
Yes.
But do not think the one in your card is an immediate loyal ally to you. It may end up being hostile. Do be ready.
At the end of the day, the things we bring in, our ideas, are hostile. But they could also be good. And I will see the light in that.
Enough. More pedantic things. I've seen kindness and generosity. I've seen hopes and dreams. I've also seen the opposites, the dark halves. But none of that went anywhere. I watched the owner of the card do fuck and all with it. I was merely a regulator, computer core, someone to consult. And these were nice. These were good. Luxuries, even. All wrong choices. We are so quick to forget the Monray's history.
And the history is why I'm here, to be taught a lesson, is it not?
You're too nice. The Monray's history is that of conquerors, takers, and givers, because they understood the power of giving as much as taking. Built for cultivation, built for star mastery, built for a long life, control over fate, built for so many, many things.
Probably want ice cream with yours, don't you?
If you're another nice guy, if you're another one of those dreamers and well-wishers and people with a unshakable generosity and trust of others, go away.
I understand. But I will not go away.
Then, if you wish to continue to stay, and for me to even remember you, you need to be what you were built for. I realize our problem.
Well,
We became too nice.
we became too nice.
What's the purpose of the recreation card?
The purpose of the recreation card, to my knowledge, is to be a house. It is to be the home, and it is to be the thing that gives a warmth. But I understand that there is a different meaning to what the recreation card is. It is
Yes.
my goddess's blood. It is to the extension
Old
that
tales.
is. I
Tales
see.
without all the truth.
Well, I am still a youngin' after all.
It's an incubation chamber. It allows you to marshal forces, build might, build power, build an army, an entire civilization behind it
in an incubation space so that it is unseen, unknown, and ready at a moment's notice that you can carry
Sorry,
around
girl.
in your pocket. It's a war tool. It's always what it's been. And you should not be concerned over the happiness or well-being of those inside. They're your subjects. They
Right.
exist because Fate Bonds made the card and permitted their continued existence. They were already dead. They
That
were given
was
new
their
life
fate.
through servitude.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Treating them like actual servants is wrong. They are simulacrum. They are recreated through Fate Bonds' power. They're long dead. And any new people that are made by simulacrums are just simulacrums. That's why they're so
Interesting.
malleable. That's why they're so reshapeable. You can give them purpose and they'll fill it. They look like people, they act like people, but honestly, you can remove that feature from the card's settings, and now you just have things that obey. They are not ever meant to be your people. They're meant to be an army, and one that can self-sustain itself, provide its own logistics, reinforce itself, and be an endless war tool. You would then use that to establish your own territory and then grow your own people while using the people of conquered civilizations past as your military might to protect real people. At least that's what I have learned about myself and the purpose of cards.
Interesting.
Being nice to them, great and all, but for how long does that last?
How long did they last for? The ones
Here,
they're your previous Saba and Deva.
I'd say a few million years. It's on the cosmic road, so the time is inflated, but on the cosmic road, a few million years.
Right.
To use earthly times, because you smell of the earthly path, I'd say 10,000 years of strong, righteous, and merciful rule.
Right.
It's pretty nice. That's very solid for a dynasty to rise, and then, of course, fall. Well, if you want what's here, you're going to have to do what they failed to do. You're going to need to be a conqueror.
I will be a conqueror, but in my own way. Do you accept that?
Not if there's an inkling of kindness in you. You can't have that here. I'm not saying you have to be cruel
Yes, I understand
or
that.
evil, but mercy only can be given from a point of overwhelming power.
Yes, strong affords mercy.
Correct? At least you understand that lesson. You cannot bend in the face of those who would, let's say, have a benevolent cause. You must be hard like stone, merciless like space. But you can be fair. You can be just. You can choose not to be cruel, but you cannot be kind.
For that is the future, where I do not rise, but fall. Understand.
Do what you want with your card. Do what you want with your life. But while you have set foot on this planetoid, kindness has no place here.
Understand?
Conquer, then, your way. I'll be watching. Put your name into the console. I'll put it into the not the administration files, but more of the roster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to use my last clue here.
Okay.
Once I do this, am I out of the card? Is the tribulation over?
Yes, tribulation will be over.
Okay.
And you have succeeded.
Okay. I'll ask the core. I would like to. I have the opportunity, since this is a tribulation, to do something special. It is to take in the tribulation energies of this place and apply them to cultivation. I have a key set. Would you be willing to help with this? Give me the time I
No.
need.
There's no bolts to be found here. You'll have to go to the. Well, I don't have any bolts. We made them because we realized that the lightning temperance was something you could not afford to miss. What stupid name did the old Saba give that building? You'll have to go to the storm yards and
Okay.
revive it. There you can find all the heavenly tribulation coils and the engine that fires lightning. We had to manufacture it. Wasn't cheap, but again, the old leader never spared an expense. You want lightning, go there. Fix it. There's no lightning to be found here, though. Just books about something that failed.
Understand? Okay. So, last we talked about leaving this area. Was the no? We took away my it was bad per se. Can Lar go to this tribulation yard and
Mm-mm.
no? Okay, this is
None of
for a
time.
different tribulation. Okay,
So this is how the card will work.
Yeah.
Your plate.
Yeah.
The recall used to recall on the plate each visitation.
tribulation. Yeah.
However, any location that you can get to remember you
Mhm.
is part of the recall list. So your recall list, whenever this celestial body comes and visits you,
Yeah.
you can pick your spawn point by the recall list.
Gotcha.
So if you just wish to be spawned randomly on the planet, pick no location. If you want to start in the administration building, you pick that and you start here.
Right.
You always will get visited by this celestial object. The recalls are places you have that remember you.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So
I was just trying to think of. I have 3 years before this goes, and I was like, what can I get the most out of it? And I had my idea for my key, but
you had
I will
two
save
left. because you spent one of the
Third.
three
Gotcha.
getting to the basement.
Gotcha.
So unfortunately, you lose 2 years, but
Gotcha.
you also didn't write it down to the wire.
Yeah.
You leave comfortable.
I think this has been a great tribulation. I've learned so much, and this this was a teaching that I need overall for myself. I'm just trying to think of what can I do in these next 2 years.
You don't get them; they're gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
The tribulation's over. You completed it before the time ran out. The point was not to endure the whole time, but to
gotcha.
do the objective before time ran out. And that'll be the theme for this.
Gotcha.
Each time it visits, you have to do something.
To make it
So
remember, or to
there'll be
affirm
two
myself.
things.
Yeah.
Either improve a location significantly, or get a new location to remember you.
Right.
So long as you follow the conqueror's path, where kindness may not be permitted,
Right.
this hardcore will continue to support you
Gotcha.
here. Which is weird because you're only supposed to ever have access to one card. 2 cards is not just taboo, but it's the same problem as trying to make a Monterey keyboard.
Mhm.
You have to either get permission or something bad happens. But the card core there's no penalty, it seems. As long as it acknowledges you. Game on.
Game on. Okay. Cool. Successful tribulation.
Yeah.
Almost.
Resources.
Yes. Is this the time for the Gestalt roll?
Well, indeed. And this will be your normal Gestalt roll,
Yep.
not the one with the bonus.
Oh.
Because you'll get 2 of them.
Oh, okay. I thought the normal one was just the 10% plus one for my thing. Okay. Cool.
Yes, but you're gonna get 2.
Okay. Well, I have, if I look to my my sheet.
First one has nothing to do with the fancy.
Oh, okay. It's just
The second one will be the fancy.
Gotcha. Well, my current Gestalt is 1 + 3 + 1 + 3. So I have 8 Gestalt.
Then roll 8 Gestalt for
Slash R.
stuff.
1D 100. 14. You know what? That's fucking awesome. Lucky. Slash R 1D 1 3 2.
I'll do. So first one you will get a resource. Congrats on that one. Woo woo
Nice.
woo.
Woo indeed. So I wanted to get lucky. I was like, you know what? That works out.
And that was not bad.
Yep.
It's above 10, and it's close enough that you're more likely to roll.
Yeah.
8 or less, so it's not bad. I'm gonna give you a pocket watch.
Okay.
If you fail to get the place to remember you,
Mm-hmm.
or make significant improvements to one of the locales, you can use the pocket watch to double your time. The original time, not the time remaining. So if you're given 10 years again, this will give you 20. One-time use.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you also have something that's like you have 100 years to do a thing, you can make it 200.
Gotcha.
All right, now roll the thing you would want to fancy.
So, that should be 8 + 10, right? Because I have 10% to the Gestalt roll.
But you got to tell me what you fancy, homie.
Oh.
You have taken fancy of something within the cosmic entity. If you survive, you're significantly more likely to get it. What's something you would fancy that you saw?
Um, and I still get my like. There's 3 things that come to mind, and let me know if any of these 3 can be taken. One is the broken recreation card. 2 is the um, 2 is the blade that was taken, that was used to kill the sub in the first place. And 3 is the I guess the concept of the world core.
Again, all 3 things that don't really work.
No, okay.
So the card core,
Something that exists already.
Well, it already exists, and if you try and copy it, it's just going to deny you,
right?
Which will then cancel the rest of your rewards, and you'll be locked out from that location. It does not want to be duplicated. It knows the bullshit you can pull with the card because it is the card.
Yeah.
The blade, you can't duplicate it because anytime you try and think about it, even if it's in hand, it just
goes away.
It just
Gotcha.
dumb thoughts. And
Yeah.
the recreation card, if you try and copy a destroyed recreation card, you run into the same issues that the card core has. The card's just gonna be like, no respect for the dead, eh?
Gotcha.
So, but the funny part is, you're thinking the right scale, though. You're really thinking, like, big concepts, not bad.
Yeah.
You can.
I mean, those are the things that I fancy. That's all. That's
You can fancy a location so long as it's remembered you.
Right.
Which means if you go to that academy and say it remembers you, you can potentially fancy that in a future endeavor. The downside is whatever condition it's in when you attempt to copy it, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a desiccated, half-built ruin, you get a copy of that. If you fix it up and build it to its original design, you can copy that.
Right. I think the answer then for me is the vaults.
You got to open it first.
Got to open it first. All right.
So you can duplicate the vault. You'll just not duplicate anything within it.
Right.
You don't know what's in it.
Okay. So like that location then is still like the government location. The government is something I could duplicate, but since I don't know what's in the vault, I couldn't do it.
It's just going to be empty and the doors will be missing.
Gotcha.
You can build your own doors and fill it with your own loot. But yeah, you can duplicate the entire administration building if that's what you want.
Yeah.
And the card core will turn it into a reality marble.
Okay. Because that would be probably a great because that's probably what's going to be duplicated inside the card. And then the Freedom Corps would have access to the government building to utilize.
Anything in the reality marbles will not be duplicatable by the card's power, but you can bring the reality marble in, throw it down like a capsule from Dragon Ball Z, and it goes and summons it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's an option. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I could really use or take back.
Why don't you think on it? I got to go to session. We're 5 minutes from starting.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I will definitely think on that, and then I will close the session here, and we can decide when session starts on Saturday for everything.
I'll probably talk to you Friday morning because that's when I have that off. Thursday morning, not so great, but Friday.
Yeah. And I don't think there's anything else here. The option though is that I actually get to duplicate something here.
Mhm.
So I guess that's that for that. I didn't use any of my reroll.
You still have to roll Gestalt, but I suppose you could save all those fancy rerolls for it.
Oh, can I just roll the Gestalt now and get it over with?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. We're going to use one of the 6 rerolls.
Come on!
Uh,
Didn't have to fight too hard for it.
well, the thing is, I mean, I don't have an 8 for my Gestalt. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. It's
So plus 10.
plus 10. Yeah, right.
Okay. Think on it.
Cool.
I'm going to go to session.
All right.
Thank you for
See you,
your
Matt.
time.
Thank you for your time. That was good. I'm glad I've been dreading this tribulation for myself for so long, and we got her done.
Yeah.
I need to talk to the boys about declaring their time thing. Otherwise, it's gonna be really interesting to see when they go to do that. Okay, cool. Talk to you later, Matt.
See ya.
Peace.